How's it, everyone? I'm Silent J with Surf Tectonics, and this is my co-host, Izzy E. In this video expedition, we will examine the Multiverse War referred to in the Loki series and how this is connected to the 3 seasons in the Legion universe. But first, let's map out the timelines and how they interact with one another. The prime timelines of the MCU and XCU are distinct realities on separate planes in the same dimension, also known as parallel universes. When Charles Xavier meets his wife in a mental hospital, a temporal shift occurred, creating an alternate reality branching off from the prime XCU timeline. 2 years later, in 1962, when David was born, yielding extreme powers that caused a dimensional rift in space-time, linking all 3 realities in a quantum entanglement anchored by the Legion anomaly timeline and the astral plane in an overlapping pocket dimension spawned from that Nexus event. This Legion alternate reality is unstable due to the combined powers of Charles' son David and Farouk the Shadow King, causing portal gateway rifts between the timelines that could destroy all 3 realities if the cascading interactions go unchecked or spiral out of control. The Legion Seasons 1 through 3 timeline years of 1992 through 1995 occurred during the Multiverse War, displayed by the time-variant authorities' missed minutes, public service announcements, and training videos. Division 3 recruited Farouk and the Summerland mutant faction to eliminate David and prevent him from destroying their world. The Tributes of Time, who are the predecessors for the Timekeepers, captured David with an orb and subconsciously recruited him to unleash this ability to destroy the Anomaly Legion timeline. This is the Multiverse War, the Tributes of Time from the MCU timeline, and the Forces of Division on the Legion timeline, both factions jockeying for control of David and the Shadow King, also known as the World Destroyers. On the Legion timeline, Division 3 can communicate through time.
In my timeline, the race ends and you lose, so yes, I think you need him.
While on the MCU verse, the Time Tributes have the beta version of the TVA Minuteman known as the Guardians, with limited capabilities, only able to access the 4th dimension of time fluctuations. They are also referred to as Time Demons and Time Eaters as they disrupt Division 3's operations by deleting increments of time incursions. They also display similar attributes as TVA Minuteman by time displacement, shifting of individuals, and slowing time. A time tribute uses pre-recorded messages from the future to train his daughter, also known as Switch, to be the first successful time traveler to access moments in time through minutes and hours in human form. This is a similar pre-recorded training session Miss Minutes uses with Loki in the TVA. The time portal doorways Switch opens are very similar, or a less advanced version of the gateways used by the TVA Minuteman in Loki. It is also mentioned that time travelers are possibly all females.
A time traveler. Is it true that you're always women?
This could be why most of the TVA commanders are women like B-15 and the C-20 units, as their genders allows them to access these gateways, while this may be a rare trait for males. At the point the time traveler Switch finds and rescues David, the temporal war has reached critical levels of Nexus events, flooding the 4th dimension from the prolonged multiverse conflict. Unless Switch can broker a compromise between Division 3 and the Time Guardians, all 3 timelines will be destroyed. This is the origin of the Sacred Timeline, the Timekeepers, and the TVA. An armistice agreement was agreed upon in 1995 by both factions. The Anomaly Legion reality will be reset on the XCU timeline year of 1962, the day of David's birth, deleting the past 33 years. The division agency variant personnel would be merged into the interdimensional organization of the Time Variant Authority to prevent and suppress alternate timeline branches known as Nexus events. The tributes of time or fourth dimensional beings like Switch and her father regulate and access temporal portals for the TVA Minutemen, while the Timekeepers dictate the new order of time, preventing Nexus event variant branches from happening on the new timeline, also known as the Sacred Timeline. The electronic equipment, computer, and monitors are similar in Legion, Division 3, and the TVA operations centers. The buildings, architecture, and interior design aesthetics of the rooms also bear a striking resemblance. Division 3's tactical uniforms are nearly identical to that of the future Time Variant agent Minutemen. The variant Sydney Barrett could have taught Lady Loki how to use the body switch powers working together before.
Wait, it's me. Shit. I'm in David's body.
It is also likely there is a rogue variant group Lady Loki is operating with, comprised of former TVA agents, and is now waging a clandestine war to eliminate the Timekeepers. In Legion, Division 3 developed temporal bracelets to track and stabilize the travelers in the fourth dimension. Lady Loki wears similar devices to enable her to time travel individually and open portals. Legion's Summerland facility scans David in an MRI-type machine to read his temporal aurora, just like Loki's TVA in-processing temporal imaging through a similar, more advanced scanning doorway. In the time sphere, only minutes pass from David's perspective, while outside the orb, 362 days had transpired in real time. This temporal time dilation also occurs for the TVA that presides in the fourth dimension of space-time realm. During the Loki credits, there's a wanted persons type sketch that resembled Amal Farouk, the Shadow King. In another Loki credit scene, the Always Watching poster in the locker seems to resemble David using his power. Also, Division 3 uses a similar catchphrase, "We are always watching," or "We see everything." So, there you have it, ladies and gentle nerds, my breakdown analysis of the multiverse war that created the Time Variant Authority, taking place during the 3 seasons of Legion in the early 1990s Marvel Universe timeframe. Likely, this could be the gateway phase merging Variant Legion characters with the Marvel Universe. If you like the Loki series, I would strongly recommend giving all 3 seasons of Legion a go, streaming on FX and Hulu. The similarities will become apparent, and in my opinion, both shows complement each other, as Legion being the backstory and history link for the events transpiring in Loki.
And then the few of us who are left went into hiding. But we don't have long. It's coming.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, give it a like and hit the subscribe button for future channel video expeditions. For all time is welcome. Peace out.